start this hour with those new strikes today between Iran and the U.S., more intense than the day before. A full-scale war closer to reality. Still, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth says President Trump is willing to make a deal, and Iran would be wise to take it.
Iran has a chance to make a good deal, a great deal, to codify what they said they've been willing to do, and they haven't been willing to do it. The War Department is prepared to set the terms to ensure that we get the kind of deal President Trump expects.
Monitoring every moment of development here, this just in, the president posting on Truth Social, there will be even more attacks tonight, writing, at some point in the not-too-distant future, we will be taking Karg Island and other oil infrastructure points and assume total control of their oil and gas markets, much like we have with Venezuela, which is working out brilliantly for both Venezuela and the United States. NewsNation international correspondent Robert Sherman is live in Doha with the latest. Robert, this doesn't seem like an empty threat. The president has already proven, even in the last 24 hours, he is willing to follow through on strikes.
Yeah, I mean, the cadence has been established here, Marni. The things are moving very quickly here in the region. The last two nights, we have seen kinetic strikes being carried out by the United States, with the president saying, get ready for a third round to come this evening. And the pattern has been established, trying to escalate day by day in order to push Iran to the negotiating table. Even during the daylight hours, you still see American military pressure being applied. What you're looking at here, this is footage that was released just moments ago by Central Command showing American forces striking yet another tanker attempting to go through the waterways here. This is now 3 consecutive days that American forces have struck cargo ships and tankers that they say were in violation of the U.S. naval blockade, not heeding the warnings from the U.S. Navy. They say this ship in particular was attempting to run Iranian oil. Overnight, you saw the United States carrying out strikes, especially targeting southern Iran along the Strait of Hormuz and those key waterways, but also seeing reports and damage reports coming in from other parts of the country, such as the outskirts of Tehran. This on your screen here, this is the launching of Tomahawk cruise missiles at Iranian sites. And what you have seen from these strikes throughout the week, they go after launch capabilities, they go after radars, they go after command and control centers, anything to loosen up Iran's command and control over the Strait of Hormuz, which the United States is now saying that they are in the driver's seat when it comes to the waterways that exist here. That does not mean the threats have been mitigated in the region, with Iran turning their attention towards states around the Gulf where U.S. troops are stationed. You're looking at images coming out of Bahrain. We know that Bahrain, Kuwait, and Jordan were targeted by Iran overnight, with Bahrain saying that you had damage on the ground here at civilian infrastructure. They also say a little girl was injured as well on the ground in that country. But Iran remaining defiant, with their foreign ministry saying America's new campaigns against targets on Iranian soil are yet another document of overt aggression against the sovereignty, territorial integrity, political independence, and national security of the Islamic Republic of Iran, as well as a widespread and utter nullification of the ceasefire. Iran has vowed to retaliate to any threats, any strikes that are carried out by the United States. What they have said publicly is they will not negotiate while under pressure. But of course, the White House tells a very different story, saying that the added pressure, they believe, is pushing Iran closer to a negotiated deal. Marni.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.